5D Mark IV, yay or nay? Hello everybody, after 4 happy years with the 5D Mark III, the 5D Mark IV is finally out. But is it a worthy replacement to the trusty 5D Mark III? So let's begin by taking a look at some of the features that were introduced on the Mark IV that we didn't have on the Mark III. So the most noticeable feature would be that it can now do 4K video, it can also do 60 FPS at 1080p and 120 FPS at 720p. The 5D Mark IV has dual pixel AF and it finally has a 3.2-inch touchscreen. It has a 7 FPS continuous shooting speed, that's 1 FPS improvement over the Mark III with the new shutter drive mechanism, so I suppose it doesn't sound like a chain gun anymore like it did with the Mark III. It also has this new feature called Dual Pixel RAW, we'll talk about this more in depth later on. It has Wi-Fi, NFC, GPS, and it does have slightly improved, and apparently the AF points and the viewfinder have slightly improved vertical coverage. I wonder how much that is. Not to mention the 5D Mark IV does have a new 30-point-something megapixel sensor as well. 30.4 megapixels. So after a 4-year wait from the Mark III, that doesn't seem like a lot. Now let's talk about some of the issues I have with the 5D Mark IV. Now it does do 4K, however it does 4K at a crop. Now there's some debate going on online on whether the crop factor of the 4K shooting is 1.74 or 1.64, but either way it's still pretty bad. So basically you spend that much money on a full frame camera that can shoot 4K at a crop. So you have to treat your full frame camera like a crop sensor camera when you're shooting 4K, and because of the focal length multiplication, you probably have to use different lenses as well. However, most Canon users will know damn well that EFS lenses do not work on full frame DSLRs. So this will piss off a lot of long-term Canon users who have invested on a lot of good EFS glass. It would be really nice if they included an option for us to select a 4K downsample from the full area of the sensor, but no, you have to shoot 4K at a crop. Now apart from 4K, 120 FPS slow motion is cool, definitely something nice to have, but 720p, really? It's 2016, who the hell still shoots in 720p? Now dual pixel RAW, is this actually going to be a practical feature to have, or is it going to be another one of those gimmicks that Canon always does? In my opinion, it's one of those gimmicks. Now Canon has an in-depth article on the Digital Learning Center about dual pixel RAW. So from what I see, it's probably just image processing, because dual pixel, what it does is it generates depth data from the CMOS sensor. So it's basically using that depth data to do some advanced image processing. Now according to the article, you can do 3 things with dual pixel RAW. You can do focus micro readjustment, you can do bokeh shift, and you can do ghosting and flare reduction. Now some sources say that dual pixel RAW is only able to be used in JPEG, but it turns out in reality, it's legit RAW. When enabled, the dual pixel RAW data is embedded into the CR2 RAW file. Now the dual pixel RAW feature that everyone's probably most excited about would be focus micro readjustment, being able to change your focal plane in post. Now I'm gonna be so sorry if this turns out to be wrong, but I think it's BS. Because according to the article on the website, I'm gonna quote the article, it says that applying image micro adjustment can increase the level of visible noise in an image. By the way, you can only do this in Canon's DPP software, and as you can see in the image micro adjustment section, there is a strength slider. Now this is the first time I've seen a strength slider in any sort of focus readjustment. So what this is looking like to me right now is it's probably selective sharpening. Coupled with the fact that in the article it did state that you can only shift the focal plane by a very tiny bit. It did give an example that you cannot shift the focal plane from someone's eyes to someone's ears. That's impossible in dual pixel RAW. So I guess I'll be sticking with my 5D Mark III for a while now, because the somewhat minor improvements on the Mark IV don't really justify spending the amount of money required to upgrade from the Mark III. However, if you do not own a 5D camera yet, it would make sense to go straight for the Mark IV. It does have some refreshing new features, and it's at the same launch price as the Mark III back in 2012. Now bear in mind that I have not had any hands-on experience with the 5D Mark IV yet. At this point, a hands-on experience could change my mind on whether it is a worthy upgrade to the Mark III or not, but until then, it's not looking that good for the Mark IV. Now at this point, not many real-world sample images have emerged from the 5D Mark IV, but I'm definitely really looking forward to finding out how's the image quality like from the new sensor on the Mark IV, particularly the low light performance and the dynamic range. But so far the Mark IV has been pretty underwhelming for me. So that's it for my analysis on the 5D Mark IV. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think about the 5D Mark IV? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And I will see you in the next video.